your girl Sophina, the Diva, back here again. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, so I got a comment, I don't know, maybe it was a couple of weeks ago. The video idea was gymnastics excuses. Now, I know when I was in club gymnastics and when I was in college gymnastics, more when I was in club gymnastics, I definitely had a lot of excuses. And it's something that every sport does, every sport has, every person has. Life is a lot of excuses, and sometimes you just have to be like, okay, no excuses. The excuses just have to be thrown in the trash. But today we're going to talk about the gymnastics excuses. The excuses that gymnasts have, the excuses that gymnasts come up with in practice. So we're going to talk about the different types of excuses, and I'm going to start off with a shout out to the two girls that commented these ideas and came up with some of these. So shout out to Sophie Jones and shout out to Yvonne Nova. Woo woo! Shout out to you guys. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, the first one, for me, it was more of an excuse of when someone didn't watch. I always loved it when people did watch me, but when you're first getting a skill, getting things back into the groove of things, it's like you always do it when no one's watching. And as soon as they watch you, it's like fall. Can you not watch me? Because I can only do my skill if you don't watch me. I see you. Yes, yes. See, I told you I can do it if you don't watch me. Bowling. This second one, this excuse has nothing to do with gymnastics. Like, say you're about to go compete or something and you know you got your leotard on and you're just like, this Leo is too tight on my arms and I can't move and do a skill. You know, you're just making up excuse for what? Nothing. This Leo is way too tight. I can't do my floor routine today. I picked the wrong leotard. This Leo is way too tight. I can't move and flip and this, sorry, bye. This excuse, oh my god, it was real. I don't even think that's an excuse. It happened the most in college. So in college for me, I liked my bars a certain way, my grips a certain way, my chalk a certain way. Like, I was super particular. I always had to scrape the bar, then spray it with water, because the bar to me was always super slippery, especially by the time I got to my dismount. And on my dismount, I would either stop if the bar was too slippery, or I would like peel off and like fall on my dismount. And so I would always blame it on the bar. The bar was too slippery. Did you feel the bars today? They're so slippery. Like, I can't hold on to the bar at all. I tried putting water, more chalk, all that stuff, but every time I get to the end of my bar routine, it's so slippery that I just slip off. I can't do it. I don't know, maybe the bars will be less slippery tomorrow? Maybe? I don't know. All I know is that the bar is so slippery that I can't do anything today on bars. Now this one, every gymnast has done this for sure. Like, for sure. If you guys haven't done this, if you're a gymnast or in a sport and you've never done this, props to you. But faking an injury or making yourself get an injury, so like, you know, there's conditioning to do or something like that, and you're just like, oh, I can't. When I was on bars 2 months ago, I fell really funny and my knee is really bruised. So I can't do conditioning. Injury that isn't really necessarily there, but no one could actually feel your pain. So it might, but it might actually really not be, because you only know your pain and your injuries because you're the only one in your body. Ow! Oh, oh, I just broke my arm. I broke my arm. I can't do conditioning. I can't do it. Ow! You know what? I'm gonna call my mom and I'm just gonna have her pick me up and take me to the hospital because it's, ow! This one, I had this too when I was in club. When you're on an event, either bars or beam especially, because these are the only ones that you have multiple of those events, you have multiple beams and you have multiple bars, but there's only like 1 or 2 vaults and there's only like 1 floor. Beam is one that's specific because I know in club, I was like, this is my favorite beam. I always need to use this beam only. And coaches would always be like, no, you have to use all the beams. Because when you go to a meet and stuff like that, you're not gonna have your favorite beam, which is definitely very true. Now, when I went to college gymnastics, we had 3 beams, and I used all 3 of them. Mainly 2 of them because the other one wasn't a competition beam, but I used all 3. I loved going to beam because it felt super easy to do because I was so comfortable just going with the flow. I would suggest not having a favorite beam so that you could just feel more comfortable with wherever you go, wherever you're at. Excuse me, that's my lucky beam. Can I get on that beam? Can you get off? You can use that beam, but this is my lucky beam. This beam is the beam that I stick every skill on. My mount, my turn, everything. My dismount. This beam literally gives me like a perfect 10. So I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. Thanks. Gymnastics is pressure. Any sport is pressure. A lot of other sports are like completely team sports, so then you compete with the team, so it's not as much pressure, I would say. But with gymnastics, it's just you. So there's a lot of pressure. And some people say like, oh, I couldn't do it because there was too much pressure because everyone was watching me. That is an excuse. For me, I feel like I do better when people do watch me because it gets my adrenaline going. That's why I love to compete. But you need to get used to that, you know, people watching you under pressure, because the more pressure you put yourself in, when you go to competition and life things, you will excel even more because that's easy now because you've had so much pressure with the other stuff. It's too much pressure. Everybody's looking at me. I can't do it. Oh, I don't want to do it. When you are learning a new skill and you get it, then 1 week you're getting it and then the next week you lose it, it's an excuse. Your mind is so much stronger than your body. That is the strongest muscle you have. So use it. Whatever you feed your mind is what's gonna come out. So if you say you had your skill and now you lost it, it might feel that way, but you can do it. Get it back. Get it back. Ugh. I can't do it. I can't. I did it the other day. I literally did it 2 days ago, and now I can't do the skill at all. I lost it. I lost it. I don't know where it went. Where am I gonna find it? Is it over there? Is it over there? Hello, skill. Hello. I lost it. I lost it. I can't do it anymore. Okay guys, that is the end of this video. I hope you liked it. Please make sure to comment below what other excuses there are, what other excuses you may have used, or what excuses that were in this video that you have used and that you do. There were quite a few that I used back in the day. I did give you my advice on how to kind of like get out of some of those excuses, but hey, excuses are excuses. It's okay, you know, we have it every now and then. We do that. That's life. That's everybody. Everybody has had excuses with whatever it is. But please make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on your post notifications, and give this video a big thumbs up. Follow me on Instagram at Sofina.diva and on Twitter at Sofina_dejesus. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.